everywhere I looked, it seems to be talking a little bit more about Jeff because he was so young at 16. But,
yeah.
There wasn't enough about your first couple matches and speaking on the party scene there.
Yeah, well, when we first started as enhancement talents, doing that deal, the first gig I wrestled was a live match on Raw. And I had only had about 12 legitimate matches in a regulation ring. We had this ring we did with this guy who was such a super carny when we first got introduced to the business. His name was Kenneth Morgan. Super redneck country guy, sweetheart. But he had a ring that was 20 by 20 and it had like concrete floors in it, which was literally like those old school hard rings and a trampoline in the middle. And he said, I heard you guys wrestle in your backyard on a trampoline. I think this ring would be perfect for you guys. And he was just doing stuff at like local fairs and fairgrounds. So we did some of those, and then like we met a guy who was legitimately in the business, and we started doing some regulation matches and whatnot. And then the first time I went to WWE and wrestled Nikolai Volkoff, I remember Tony Gabria, an old famous wrestler, who was the agent of the match. He was in charge of our match. And it was a quick match where Nikolai was going to beat me up, but he said, I have to tell you, Matt Hardy, he said, if you mess this match up on live TV, you will never be booked again. You will never come again. Do not mess up. If you mess up, you will never come again.
No pressure.
No pressure. And Nikolai Volkoff comes off and he's like, don't worry about it. I just listen to what I say out there. It's going to be very easy. He said, don't worry about it. He said, I fuck up every match. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? And he just didn't care. He didn't call anything. He didn't do anything. And I'm this 18-year-old kid, like, a guy just told me, he said, if you mess up, you'll never come back. It's like, I'll mess up every match. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, getting on both sides.
Yeah. But then once we got hired, and we were 24, 22-ish at the time. And then, first time drinking, probably 25, 23.
That was your first time ever having a drink?
Yeah.
Do you remember exactly what it was, where it was, anything?
When
like
we had that beer with Stone Cold. That was the first one.
That was
the very first one. And we said like, hey.
Stone Cold broke you.
Yeah. We said like, if it's gonna, but then there were other guys that, had other different things. And then like later on, as, before we went on air, I was telling you a little bit like, the first 12, 13 years I had with WWE, and my back was so beat up. And I remember there was one point where I said like, I think I need time off. I had to roll out of bed and crawl to the bathtub to soak in my bed or whatever, and they just said, we really can't give you any time off. We really trust you. You're really dependable in what you do. Just go to the doctor, see what he can do to help you. And all he can do is like prescribe you pills to try and keep you go through. And that was such a culture back in the day. And like, it's such a bad culture. And that was something, guys there were working so hard and so much. It was just like they would take stuff to get through it, and like we got into that at the very end. But it was a great learning experience for me in many ways because it was where I matured more than I did in anything else in my life. And then like once I got together and like I went from being physically, mentally, emotionally, just, beat up and devastated in every way. Once I got myself back together, I really had a good hold on how to tackle life and how to deal with things and whatever. There's always going to be situations in life, and you just have to be able to, mentally stay strong, keep yourself in check, and do your thing. And I'm so happy that I went through that before I got married and before I had children. So now, like, it's the best thing ever, like I'm living a good life.